Hello students, a very good evening to all of you. As it was raining today heavily, so there was sound problem, buffering problem, due to which I had to stop this live conversation, live classes with you. But on the request of the students again, and maybe the network is going good, so I am going to start my class again. And once again, for the new students who will be live here, I am Dr. Anurag Agrawal, Professor in English, and this is OSN Academy of English since 1998. Today I am going to take a very good topic which is known as literary theories. And students, would you like me to give you a formula for success? Yes, it's very simple. It's quite simple. Double the rate of your failure, and you are thinking of failure as the enemy of success. But it isn't at all. Over my career of teaching English for a span of 20 years, I have witnessed that students start shaking terribly with deep fear in their heart and mind when they talk about literary theory, when they ask about the questions and the great authors and the theorists. But I have also observed that on the other hand, they are very inquisitive also. Always remember one thing, that challenging things and a lot of puzzles, they will always demand energy, which is to be solved and even understood properly. And without lot of challenges in life, one will never learn to walk on the edge and then look around the world with an entirely optimistic vision. So today, students, I am trying to apply a new strategy so that you may fall in love with literary theory. And yes, हर एग्जाम का एक सिस्टम होता है students. You can say there has to be a tool which is known as smart studies. You don't have to mug up everything. Even you don't have to go into much of the details of all the theories. We can't deny the fact that the theories are very difficult and questions are often asked which are too difficult. It is just an understanding. It is just a remembrance. It is just that you have to go into those details which generally students don't know. We cannot ignore it. But do you try books without knowing the names of the authors? I guess no. So first thing is to know the profounder and the founders of the theories in literature. So let me start directly towards the topic. And the first topic which I will be taking with you is Russian formalism. Russian formalism क्या है students? It basically attempts to investigate how language works in literature and how literary texts and the literary traditions function as systems. And who are the leading formalists of Russian formalism? These are the questions which are asked, and these are the things which you have to remember. The first is Roman Jakobson, Victor Slowinski, Ian Murowski, Boris Achenbaum, and René Welleck. So this is a nutshell which I am telling you today, that is literary theory in a nutshell, that इसको details में अगर हमें पढ़ना होता है. So that is my running class of UGC NET batch, IAS batch, History of English Literature batch, which I have designed for different sections of the people, of the students all over India. So if you are a NET student, you can be a part of OSN Academy students, and yes, it will actually help you a lot. Sahilur, good afternoon. Amar Bahadur Yadav, namaste beta. Sandeep Verma, good afternoon. Namaste all of you, good afternoon. I hope you will enjoy this class and you will understand that how easy it is to be in my class, in my personal class of the running batches. Now from the February 2019, when I started my journey for the online class all over India, this is the 4th batch which is running pan-India. And students from all corners of the country, they are now enjoying the classes from Unit 1 and we will be taught up to Unit 10. So here at this platform, through YouTube channel, I am here live with you to make a student understand that there is no fear. You should not fear for joining my live classes, online classes, which is as comfortable as physical class. Don't you think so, students? So the second topic which I am going to take is that, good afternoon, that is new criticism. And new criticism, which was influenced by the Russian formalism, but it developed independently. अलग से ये independently develop हुआ students. And new criticism was a dominant trend in English and the American literary criticism of the early 20th century from the 1920s to the earlier 1960s. And yes, don't forget again to know the names of the propounders of new criticism. Who are the propounders, students? Can anybody tell me? Any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names of the propounders of new criticism. I will give you a chocolate from here to all those students who will be telling me the propounders of new criticism. Tell me, students, who are the propounders? Let me check it out. And the names are very easy. Every student of postgraduate of English literature must be knowing that who are the propounders of new criticism. Can anybody tell me here? Jaldi bataiye. Yes, it is a little, you can say, a small exam for you. बहुत बड़े बड़े नाम हैं बच्चों, जैसे आप इधर लिख सकते हैं, हम आपको बताते भी जाएंगे. The propounders are I.A. Richards, T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, William Emerson, T.A. Hume, F.R. Lewis, Clement Brooks, John Crowe Ransom, Ellen Tate, Robert Penn Warren, and Rene Welleck. And 2 more names I remember, Austin Warren and W.K. Wimsett. Yes, literature and critical theory किसी का नाम है और उन्होंने लिखा है Crowe, John Crowe Ransom. Yes. So see, not only one name, but I have told you more than 10 names who are the propounders of the new criticism. And now the third, which I am going to take is structuralism. पहला मैंने आपको बताया रशियन फॉर्मुलिज्म, दूसरा मैंने आपको बताया न्यू क्रिटिसिज्म, और तीसरा आपको मैं शॉर्ट में बताने जा रहा हूं यस सजोर. नो सजोर इज नॉट देयर. आदित्य त्यागी. इज दिस लेक्चर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंस? आदित्य, this lecture is not for you, UPSC mains, but as a scholar of English literature, you can enjoy this lecture because English literature world is very, very vast. So even if you are a graduate student or a postgraduate student, and even if you are not a student of English literature, but you are an IAS aspirant of English literature, then you can enjoy this lecture. And I have told you several times, students, that students who wish to be a part of my हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंग्लिश लिटरेचर बैच, एक नया बैच शुरू होने जा रहा है कल या परसों में. उसका नाम है हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंग्लिश लिटरेचर, where I will be covering right from the Anglo-Saxon to the post-modern. This will run for 3 to 4 months. Students of NET, PGT, KBS, Grade 1, DSSSB, even of IAS, if they want to command this entire history world, they can be a part of this class. UGC NET का क्लास अलग है, IAS मेंस का क्लास अलग है. They can join my classes. This is the number written here. You can WhatsApp me and you can call me. The third is literature and theory is related to structuralism. Yes, it is. हाँ, उस पे मैं आने जा रहा हूँ. I am just coming to that. That is structuralism. See, structuralism में क्या है? देखिए, एक Swiss linguist था, a Swiss linguist known as Ferdinand de Saussure. Ferdinand de Saussure believed in the basic conception of the sign, SIGN, the signified and the signifier. He believed in basically the conception of the sign, the signified and the signifier. And the fundamental principles of the theory were given by Claude Lévi-Strauss and Saussure. And yes, Michael Bakhtin argued Sageur's focus on language as a system. Don't forget this thing कि Michael Bakhtin ने ये argue किया था Sageur से to focus on language as a system. Now, the fourth is post-structuralism. Post-structuralism और इसमें नाम आता है आपका Jacques Derrida. Jacques Derrida. Who is the founder of who is the founder of deconstruction? Jacques Derrida is the profounder of deconstruction. And in some usages, post-structuralism and deconstruction are synonymous. Synonymous means barabar. It is a critical approach or a strategy of reading and analysis that has been applied to literature, that has been applied to linguistics, even philosophy, law, and architecture. And post-structuralism is a theory of language and a method of reading that seeks to dismantle, destroy any text or notion which states that text has any boundaries or margins. Got my point, students? So now the fifth point is new historicism. New historicism. What is this, students? New historicism. ये emerge कब किया? ये emerge किया था 1980s में. New historicism emerged in 1980s, and it is also referred as cultural poetics. Cultural poetics. And the term was coined by the American critic Stephen Greenwald. ये क्वेश्चन आ चुका है एग्जाम में, that who coined the term. So this term was coined by the American critic Stephen Greenwald, and the new historicists were very much influenced by the writings of the French philosophical historian Michel Foucault. Always remember this thing. These are all very deep-rooted things which I am telling you to answer your questions. The new historicists were very much influenced by the writings of the French philosophical historian Michel Foucault, who saw history in terms of power. And John Braggingen has also defined new historicism and given contribution to this theory. It was also influenced by the American post-structuralist and anthropologist, उसका नाम था Clifford Geertz. Clifford. It was also influenced by the American post-structuralist and anthropologist Clifford Geertz. Fine. Now, the next sixth point which I am taking for you is cultural materialism. Sixth point. Cultural materialism. Cultural materialism. And this cultural materialism became popular in 1985. And the best known critics are Jonathan Dollimore. This cultural materialism became popular in 1985, and the best known critics are Jonathan Dollimore. Very important name. Jonathan Dollimore and Alan Sinfield. Alan Sinfield. They explained that four major characteristics of this critical method, which were the historical context, theoretical method, political commitment, and the fourth is textual analysis. क्या हम चारों ये आपको लिखते हैं क्या यहाँ ब्लैक बोर्ड में कि इन लोगों ने एक्सप्लेन किया चार मेजर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ दिस क्रिटिकल मेथड. एंड व्हाट आर दोस फोर मेजर क्रिटिकल मेथड्स? पहला मेथड द हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, ऐसे आप लिख सकते हैं. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये लिख लीजिए कल्चरल मटेरियलिज्म में. द हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, द हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, द हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट. सेकेंड इज थियोरेटिकल मेथड, आप लिख लीजिए, हम एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं. थियोरेटिकल मेथड. थर्ड इज पॉलिटिकल कमिटमेंट एंड द फोर्थ इज टेक्सचुअल एनालिसिस. फाइन. Now we come to the seventh point is, ये 6 पॉइंट्स आपको मैंने बता दिया. Now the seventh is literary, लिख लीजिए. पूरा लिखिए इसको, MENEUTICS, hermeneutics, literary hermeneutics. And this Greek word means to interpret. To interpret. Fine. So this Greek word means to interpret, and some of the famous hermeneutics are, ये नाम आपको लिखना पड़ेगा स्टूडेंट्स, थोड़ा सा कठिन नाम है, आप चाहें तो पेन एंड पेपर लेके बैठ जाए. I will write the names because these names are very important students. Just note it down, क्योंकि इसका जो डिटेल्स है मैं अपने प्रॉपर क्लासरूम में भी आपको क्लियर समझाऊंगा. When if you want to take the admission then you can be a part. लेकिन अगर जो बच्चे नहीं एडमिशन भी लेते हैं उनको कम से कम एक नटशेल पता होना बहुत जरूरी है. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर देम, अदरवाइज यू विल नॉट फाइंड स्पेशली इन द बुक्स एंड हियर एंड देयर इन द मार्केट कंटेंट्स. फाइन. सो जस्ट नोट इट डाउन एज सून एज पॉसिबल. द ग्रीक वर्ड, जैसे मैंने बताया आपको, लिटरेरी hermeneutics is a Greek word which means to interpret, and some of the famous hermeneuticians are Friedrich Schleiermacher. अब स्पेलिंग आप लिख नहीं पाओगे इसलिए मैं आपको स्पेलिंग लिखा रहा हूं. FRIE, लिख लीजिए, FRIE, बहुत ध्यान से लिखिएगा, FRIE, DRICH. मानस अग्गा, दिनेश कुमार, गुड आफ्टरनून, गुड आफ्टरनून. वन प्रॉब्लम. मानस, क्या प्रॉब्लम आ गई आपको बेटा, बताइए. पहला नाम है फ्रेडरिक स्कीयरमैकर. स्कीयरमैकर बहुत कठिन स्पेलिंग है, आप इसकी स्पेलिंग लिख लीजिए, SCHEI, ऐसे लिखिए, SCHEI ERMACHER, फ्रेडरिक स्कीयरमैकर. second name is Martin Heidegger. Martin Heidegger, Heidegger. Second name, literary hermeneutics की बात कर रहा हूं. Third name is Hans Georg Gadamer. Hans Georg Gadamer. Good afternoon, Rajendra. And the last name is Paul Ricoeur. Paul Ricoeur. ये चार नाम हैं. नाम आपको पता होना चाहिए, स्पेलिंग आप तो चेक भी कर सकते हो. So the Greek word means to interpret, that is literary hermeneutics, and some of the famous hermeneuticians are Friedrich Schleiermacher, Hans Georg Gadamer, Martin Heidegger and Paul Ricoeur. And what is this literary hermeneutics? It is actually a study of understanding things. It is a study of understanding things. मानस, आपने अभी तक अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स बताई नहीं मुझे कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, so that you may be your problem is solved here. So यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स आपकी देखिए 10 यूनिट्स हैं. मैं फिर से आपको UGC नेट, if all those students who are in front of me, if they are all students of UGC net, maybe, so always see that there are unit 1 to unit 10. ये 10 यूनिट का कोर्स है. 10 यूनिट के कोर्स में ड्रामा, पोइट्री, फिक्शन, नॉन फिक्शन स्टोरीज, then literary criticism, literary theory, that is research methodology, etc., etc. So all these 10 units are taught in the class, which is a class of approximately 6 months, and you also get the PDFs, you also get the study material hard copy, you also get the test series, you also get the crash course, you also get the paper 1 class, you also get the paper 1 test series, you also get the paper 1 book. So can you imagine, you are getting everything in a nutshell in the entire package. Yes, you have to have the passion to study and qualify this exam. So now the 8th point is reader response theory. आपने शायद नाम सुना होगा, reader response theory. Reader response theory, RRT. What is this reader response theory, students? It basically, I want to know about PGT admission in English Foreign Language University Bhilawal. Rajesh Kumar, again I have told you that you have to talk to me telephonically. How can I explain you this thing here? I am teaching here. Here we are discussing literary theory. I want to know about PGT admission. This you have to talk here on this number. Then I'll tell you that what you have to do. So reader response theory focuses on the responses of the readers, either individual readers or the readers belonging to the specific categories. और वो specific categories कौन सी है students? Class, gender, ethnicity, etc. So reader response theory basically क्या करता है? It focuses on the responses of the readers, either individual readers or the readers belonging to specific categories such as class, such as gender, ethnicity, etc. And this reader response theory emerged in 1960s and 1970s. कहाँ पे? Particularly in America and Germany. And in the works of Norman Holland, in the works of Stanley Fish, in the works of Hans Robert Joas and others also. So this is in short the reader response theory. अगर आपने सिर्फ हमारी इन बातों को दिमाग में रख लिया, इसको नोट डाउन कर लिया, then also it will be a wonderful achievement for any student. And perfection लाने के लिए, to make yourself a perfect scholar of English, then you should join the online classes which is going on. Ramesh Kumar, good afternoon Ramesh. Next comes, students, the archetypal theory. Archetypal theory. What is archetypal theory? Archetypal theory basically focuses on recurring myths and archetypes in the narrative, symbols, images and character types in a literary work. And who are the contributors in this archetypal theory? The contributors are Carl Jung, James Fraser, Maud Botkin and Northrop Frye. So these are the 4 very important names in archetypal theory, and these 4 names, from time to time, you can see your 5 years previous papers of NET, you will find questions on archetypal theory. The contributors of this theory, once again I will tell you, Carl Jung, James Fraser, Maud Botkin and Northrop Frye. Fine. The next topic which I am going to take is psychoanalytical or you can say psychoanalytic literary criticism. What is psychoanalytic literary criticism? Short with this name, psychoanalytic literary criticism, that is PLC in short. Psychoanalytic literary criticism employs some of the techniques of psychoanalysis in the interpretation of literature. Literature को interpret करने के लिए ये employ करता है some techniques of psychoanalysis, and this argues that literary texts like dreams express the secret unconscious desires and anxieties of the author. And who are the propounders of psychoanalytic literary criticism, students? The main propounders are Sigmund Freud and Jacques Lacan. Sigmund Freud and Jacques Lacan. Fine. Now, we move on to feminism. Ramesh Kumar. Ramesh Kumar, good afternoon. You are asking the study materials cost. See, the study material cost depends on which course you are asking for. The best study material I have for DGT also, PGT also, UGC NET also, test serials also, test series also, crash course also, and UPSC study material also. It has the different structure, different thing, and if you want to see the details, you can, Ramesh, see my website. My website is osnacademy.com. My classroom is osnacademy.toprankers.com. So if you just WhatsApp me your details on this number, I will send you all the links. I will send you the study material PDFs. I will send you the proper, the website link. You can download it. You can see it. If you feel like, you can take the study material even in 2 parts. Then it is a collection of 11 books, Unit 1 to Unit 10. And the 11th unit is paper 1. So you can pay the amount in even 2 parts. You can pay the amount in even 1 part, students. UGC NET. Fine. So the study material cost of the entire study material, students, is only 7,000 rupees, which includes the courier charges also. And you will get the packet of 11 books, complete new updated syllabus now, which I have again updated it. And what I am teaching you here, it is now in the updated system of my study materials. Fine. So you will get the entire world, entire details of the class. And yes, if you want to join my online classes, which is already running, which I suppose every student should join. They should not say that, sir, I want to prepare it at home, self-studies. Don't go for self-studies. Self-studies is very good, students, but you actually need the technical guidance. So my online course, that is the fees for the 6 months, is only, I can write here, 6666. This is the only fees of the online classes for 6 months. If divided by 6 months, it comes to only 1,000 rupees per month. Can you just imagine the help which I have got from the technology by Top Rankers, who is our associate technical partner. So they have discounted it a lot. And I am thankful to Top Rankers Bangalore, who have given us such a good initiative to teach as much students as possible, to help them. Even the poorest of the students can be a part of OSN Academy and make their careers in such a small fees as, again I will write it, 6666. That is all. Fine, students. And yes, if you have any more queries, you can ask me. So the next topic I would like to take is feminism. Feminism. What is feminism? Feminism. It began to counter, resist, and eventually eliminate the traditions and the conventions of patriarchy. Patriarchy, समझते हैं students? The ideology or belief system that sees the dominance and superiority of men. मतलब जो men का, males का जो dominance है, जो उसकी superiority है, वो ज़्यादा है over women, as natural in both private and public contexts. And the major theorists of feminism are Simone de Beauvoir, Kate Millett, Mary Ellman, Ellen Showalter, Helen Sickus, Virginia Woolf, Sandra Gilbert, and Susan Goober. So these are the big names of feminism, the major theorists under the umbrella of feminism. Now I come to next is Marxism theory. Marxism. Marxism theory. Marxism theory focuses on the representation of class conflict and the reinforcement of class distinctions through the medium of literature. And who were the propounders of Marxism? Karl Marx and Terry Eagleton. Big names. Karl Marx and Terry Eagleton were propounders of Marxism theory. George Lucas was a leading Marxist theorist of literature. याद रखिएगा नाम, George Lucas. And the next is post-colonial literary criticism. Post-colonial. Post-colonial literary criticism. And what is post-colonial literary criticism? Post-colonial literary criticism is a type of cultural criticism which usually involves the analysis of literary texts produced in countries and cultures that have come under the control of European colonial powers at some point in the history. And the major theorists were Edward Said, Homi Bhabha, Gayatri Spivak, Franz Fanon and Nagugi. Nagugi को हम pronounce करते हैं गुगी करके या कह सकते हैं Nagugi wa Thiong'o. Again, I'll repeat the major theorist's name because it's very important, students. Edward Said, Homi Bhabha, Gayatri Spivak, Franz Fanon, and Nagugi wa Thiong'o. So these are the big names of the post-colonial literary criticism, the major theorists. Next comes, students, eco-criticism. 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 What is eco-criticism? Eco-criticism is a study of literature from an ecological or environmental purpose or perspective. It is a study of literature from an ecological or environmental perspective. William Rockert, उसका पूरा नाम है William Rockert, R-E-R-U-E-K-E-R-T. William coined the term eco-criticism. And the other influencers of this study of literature, that is eco-criticism, were Cheryl Glotfetti, Simon Estock, and the theory was very much influenced by the 19th century American writer, a very great name, Ralph Waldo Emerson, then Henry David Thoreau and Margaret Fuller. So this theory, eco-criticism, was very much influenced by the 19th century American writers like Ralph Waldo, David Henry Thoreau and Margaret Fuller. So to come it on the nutshell, students who are watching me live or who will be watching me after in the recording session, I would again say, students, that make a strategy. Make something which can be in your grip. Don't ponder over hundreds of books and guides in the market. Why, students? Because you cannot read everything all the time. And when OSN Academy and Dr. Agrawal is with you, if you be my student as I have been teaching NET, and this is a wonderful chance that because of the technology, hundreds of students are making their careers sitting at home. So I prefer, I would fall in love with literature if you students fall in love both. We together will make a good society. We together will make a new environment, and we together will make professors, readers and lecturers. And with us, you can dream to be a part of OSN, to be a part of UGC NET certificate and any other examination. क्योंकि याद रखिए कि आपको बहुत सारे लोगों से अलग उठ करके आगे आना है. You have to compete this world, and for competing this cutthroat competition, you have to be little better. You have to be better from the others who are taking the examination. So अभी तक हमने जो आपको पढ़ाया students, मैं सिर्फ आपको numbers बता देता हूँ जो मैंने अभी तक आपको पढ़ाया. Russian formalism, new criticism, structuralism, post-structuralism, new historicism, cultural materialism, literary hermeneutics, then reader response theory, then archetypal theory, then psychoanalytic literary criticism, feminism and Marxism theory, post-colonial literary criticism, eco-criticism. So अगर ये 12-13 पॉइंट्स अगर आपने कहीं अपने पास नोट कर लिया और कहीं आपने इसकी हमारी क्लास कर ली, so it is a wonderful achievement for the students, क्योंकि इसको proper details में it will take at least 10 days, more than that, to complete each and everything directly in my live online classes when you will join. Prajna Pramita Pal. Good afternoon, Prajna. So now I would try to be a part. I have taught the entire 12, 13, great literary theories. In short, telling you the propounder's name, telling you the founder's name, telling you the representation, telling you the major theorists. Now you have a collection of more than 20-30 theorists and इनके ऊपर हम लोग बात करेंगे. इनका पूरा पर डिटेल हमारे स्टडी मटेरियल में भी होता है. टेस्ट सीरीज में भी I have designed my special questions so that once you solve it, you get a lot of energy, you get a lot of confidence. एक चीज मैं आपको और बता दूं स्टूडेंट्स, जो बच्चे हमारी ऑनलाइन क्लास ज्वाइन करते हैं या कर रहे हैं, the wonderful thing is that they also get the video test series. Video test series is an overwhelming thing when you are taking my online classes. From time to time, after certain period of time, you are getting the video test series in different 50-50 questions. उससे क्या होता है कि you make yourself energetic by knowing कि हमको कितना आया या कितना नहीं आया या कितनी मुझे मेहनत करनी है या मुझे कितने मार्क्स आए. So immediately through that video, which is in the form of the test series, you judge your score. Yes, Prajna, Ramesh, any questions, students? So I hope with this wonderful class and with this wonderful togetherness with so many students here, I wish that all will be benefited, and those students who really wish to be successful, wish to be targeting the June exam, wish to have a lot of confidence, then they can enroll with us. They can WhatsApp me on the same number given here and can contact me through telephone also. With these words, I rest my speech. See you tomorrow once again. Thank you, students. God bless you.